Hello, everybody. I want to welcome you to my live today. And thank you so very much for joining me. I am going to discuss with you today how to make money work for you. Right now, my money is working for me in three ways. Even when I don't have to clock in, I don't have to show up, but I'm generating income that I control because my money is working for me in three ways. And I've developed a method, even though I have grown my online business using the Freedom Formula blueprint that is available to anyone who drops their email address in my welcome page, my home page of my websites. I have one website in English, that is makemoneyyoucontrol.com, and I have another website in Spanish. I'm probably going to butcher this, but this is my website in Spanish, and that information can be found in my description. But my Spanish website is tulegadofinancierohoy.com. And that is also allowing you to take control of your finances. So for either one of those websites, you can get information about what it is I am doing to generate income. And with those websites, I am speaking of e-learning products. Those are the products that I purchased when I joined the digital growth community. And I just want to share a little bit of information with you about how I got to this spot. In April of last year, my retirement became real to me. So in April of 24, the realization that June 2028 was right around the corner hit me like a ton of bricks, because I just thought about how my youngest daughter, how the 4 years after she graduated high school to the 4 years that she graduated college, it hit me how quickly that went by. Of course, there was something that took place in 2020 that caused everything to be a blur. But y'all, when we think we have time, we really don't have as much time as we think we have. So it behooves every last one of us to start preparing. If we're not preparing for our future, we are pretty much doomed to fail. We're pretty much doomed to struggle. We're pretty much doomed to not be in positions that we want to be in, and that is for ourselves and our families. So it is extremely important that we prepare. We prepare for the unknown. Of course, you are seeing right now in this time that people are experiencing hardships probably like never before. And I'm not talking about the times of the Great Depression. If you just sit and you think about it, we have progressed so much as a nation. We've progressed so much as a world that there's absolutely no reason anybody should experience the struggle and the downfall and the absolute chaos and calamity of the Great Depression. We right now have way too many resources available to all of us. We can all take advantage of resources. You meet it wherever you are. So what I am trying to do, my mission, is to help people get in the mindset of understanding nobody can hold you down but you. Understand, please, nobody can hold you down but you. But you've got to make the decision that you deserve better, you can earn better, and you can be better for yourself and your family. And that's why I'm here. But like I said, back to April 2024. I realized that June 28 is right around the corner, and I needed to prepare differently for my retirement. Although I have two sources that can support my income when I retire, one is a solid source, and that's the source I have through my job. The other is Social Security. Quite honestly, we don't know where Social Security is going to be in 2028. So I know that I need to start taking matters into my own hands, or I knew back then that I needed to start taking matters into my own hands. And that's exactly what I did. That's exactly what I had to do. So April 2024, the only way I knew I would be able to generate additional income is to go back to school. Go back to school to get my master's degree in social work so I could become a licensed clinical social worker. So I was going to lend my services, piggyback on somebody's already established practice, and lend my services to them to generate additional income. Now that would have been working on my time and my terms, but still I was going to have to go through someone else, hoping that they trusted me enough to be able to either generate my own clientele or to be able to service their clientele. That was my solid plan. I did not want to do it because I went kicking and screaming, but I knew I needed to prepare. So last June, I started the process of preparing. I did not really want to give my time to going back to school. By August, I was going to have to submit that application to be accepted for spring semester 2025. Spring 2025, which would have been this January. It was an 18-month program. I still had 3,000 hours of clinicals to take care of. Well, I did the timeline, and I would have finished all of my responsibilities by August 2028. And then I would have been able to solicit work from someone already established. So that was going to be sending in my resume or doing interviews. So that was the whole mindset. That's what I was getting ready to do. In September of 2024, my cousin sent me a video that I put off for 3 weeks, I believe. I'm like, yes, I'm going to watch it. She called me and she was like, have you watched it yet? And I'm going, no, but I promise you I'm going to do it tonight. So I watched a free webinar by the digital growth community discussing digital marketing. I knew nothing about digital marketing, nothing whatsoever. I thought I knew a little bit, and that was digital billboards, because I had created a marketing campaign for a past client of mine in another side hustle. I had created a digital billboard in that campaign for him. So I'm thinking maybe that's it. That's not it. That was so not it. So within just, I say less than 5 minutes, I know it was less than 5 minutes of watching that webinar, I was sold. I'm like, this is it. This is it. I ain't going back to school. I'm not doing that. This is it. This is where I want to be. This is where I'm going to be. I saw the vision. Like I said, my previous side hustle that I had from 2018 to 2022, it was in this space, but more of a brick and mortar type marketing for small businesses. So when I saw this presentation about digital marketing, I knew I could fit into that space. I saw my future plain and clear in that space and doing well in that space, knowing that not only could that supplement my income, I could literally replace my income. So that is what I'm looking for it to do when I retire, to totally be able to generate the income that I'm now making working for someone else. This business solely replacing that income. So what I want to share with you, I mentioned earlier about your money working for you. My money is currently working for me in 3 ways. And that is passive, active, and evergreen. That is a method that I have created in addition to using the Freedom Formula Blueprint to build my business, to build my online business, to generate multiple streams of income. I also created the PAE method, and quite candidly, that is pronounced PAE, the PAE method. And with that, you generate additional income streams. The multiple income streams that you are able to generate, they are passive, active, and evergreen. These are income streams that absolutely no one has control of but you. When you have passive income stream, that is developing digital products. So my entire premise, my entire foundation is through digital products. When you create a digital product, and you may possibly have to go back and tweak it a little bit. You may have to add something to it, or you may have to take away from it. If you create an ebook and the terminology changes from this year to 3 years from now, you have created this product, but because of terminology referring to how someone can respond to a situation, you may have to go back and tweak that terminology just a little bit. So even though that is a product that produces passive income, because you can't create it one time and totally forget it, never make adjustments to it, it's passive because it's constantly generating you income, but you do have to tweak it at some point in time. When you have active income, that is what you're doing right now. When you have a regular 9 to 5, you are showing up, you're clocking in, you're working for someone else. But when you have active income that you control, that is when you show up whenever you decide to. Something that generated $10,000 for me in a 30-day period, I created 29 trainings. Now, for 2 of those trainings, I showed up in person. For 27 of those trainings, same contents contained, tailored to the particular client I created the training for, that was active because I literally had to show up. I had to start the clock, work 2.5 hours, generate my income. So that is active. When you're actively participating in earning that income, that is active. Evergreen income is like something that I created. This cookbook here, I'm assuming y'all can see this. I have this now. This is not for sale. This was something that was created for the mothers of our church. But I have this same, to show you what it looks like in a digital product. I have this cookbook in my digital store. As I stated, it is not for sale. We give these away at our church. But that right there is, well, let me just keep it out while I'm speaking. This is an evergreen product. I am never going to go in here and update any of this information. Everything you see here right now, it will be this same way in 20 years. All of the contents of this particular cookbook will remain the contents of this particular cookbook. If I made this available as a digital product, it would be in my store state as it is for all eternity. The reason it can be is because people have been eating since the beginning of time. People are eating right now. People will continue to eat as long as people are available to eat. So that's something I never have to touch again. That is an evergreen product. So I want to show you my sources of income. This is my website. I have 5 digital products that are available on this website. They are e-learning programs that teach you how to get into digital marketing, how to launch, scale, and build your own business online. And understand, when you have a business online, the entire world is your customer base. You're not relegated to a particular city, state, country, town. Your entire customer base is worldwide. When I first started this business, 11 days in, I sold my first digital product for $900. I still didn't know what I was doing, y'all. Literally did not know what I was doing. Sold my first digital products from someone in the Netherlands. So that is one of the income streams. Well, actually 5 of the 10 income streams. If you go to this website, which is makemoneyyoucontrol.com, and you hit this button up here, just tap it. And do you see? It takes you to my Spanish website. So all of this is in Espanol. And it is Tu Legado Financiero Hoy. That is for Spanish speakers. Just like I have it available for English speakers. Here, yes, here I have it available for Spanish speakers. Here, simple pressing of the button, you go from one website to the other. If you sign up with us in the digital growth community, you will spend between $100 to $1,400. You will get your e-learning program, and you can also sell that e-learning program to others. Understand that if you're here in the U.S., payment plans are available. It is based upon your approval. But one of my customers purchased a $300 program, and she was allowed to pay over a 12-month period. $28 a month, interest-free, $300, 12-month period. For me, I did 4 payments, and before I made my second payment, I was already in profit mode. I had already made my money back. So that's the opportunity you have available. Here is another one of my income streams. This is my digital store. Everything contained on here, they are digital products. When it's Digital, you can have it on your phone, you can have it on an iPad, you can have it on your computer, whatever you have that's convenient for you. Download that digital product and you can manipulate it. You can add to it, take away from it. Start it over each month or each week or each day, however you want to capture your information. You can do that. That's the beauty of a digital product. I am here. Somebody in Nova Scotia can find my product, think it is of value, and they can get that product. I've had this digital store since November of last year. On a weekend, I'm here minding my business, doing my own thing, and realized over that weekend that I made $574 on some of these products. So that is how you're able to make money. When people go in to get these products, when you create digital products, they're out there working for you. You don't have to sit up 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to generate that income. You're not actively participating in generating that income because you've created a product and that product is out there basically working for you. Being in a position where your money now works for you is a very healthy place to be because you're not stressing about one person controlling your financial future. People have experienced layoffs. People have experienced job losses. People have experienced benefit losses that they didn't see coming. They literally saw none of that coming. And I've been in that position 5 different times over my 40-year career. I either been forced to quit, decided to quit so I wouldn't get fired, or just walked in one day and somebody decided to close their practice. And it's like, wait, what? So what I want to say to you before I wrap up is get into a space of generating income you control so that if something hits you, you've got a safety net. You've got a cushion that you can fall back on. If you slip up because you've been relying on a job that you thought was secure, you slip up, that safety net is going to catch you. And you can breathe. That is a great feeling to know that something in all of the chaos we're currently living in, that something is still under your control 100%. The way we act and react, that's within our control. Generating additional income, that is within our control. So visit my websites, either makemoneyyoucontrol.com or Tu Legado Financiero Hoy. Drop your email. You will then start getting information from me on a daily basis. I'm just going to start shooting you information about this program and how this program can fit into your life. Like I said, we sell e-learning programs from $100 to $1,400. The skills that I learned within 2 months in this program is what allowed me to create 29 trainings for 29 different clients and generate $10,000 in 30 days. So I want you to know that it is possible. Nothing is too hard. Nothing is too hard. Trust and believe in yourself. Know where your source comes from. Generate income you control. I hope I've encouraged you to know that you can make a difference in your life, regardless of what's going on in the economy, regardless of what's going on throughout the world. You have the power to control what you can control. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I hope I have said something that encourages you and allows you to make the difference in your life and the life of your families. Generate income you control. You can do it. Nobody can stop you but you.